5 roadmaps and 1 toolkit to replicate good practices of social and solidarity economy, social innovation, and public-private co-production. Let's have a look together. Hi, I'm Camilla Guasti from the Social Economy Unit of ARCO Research Center. As partners of the ENI CBC Med MedRiSSE project, we have elaborated 5 roadmaps and 1 toolkit to provide practical guidance and information to replicate, in other contexts, 5 good practices of social and solidarity economy, social innovation, and public-private co-production approach. We believe that the capitalization and dissemination of good practices have the potential to inform and inspire similar experiences and solutions through a multiplicative global effect on local communities. For this reason, our roadmaps and toolkit present the learnings from good practices which were piloted within the framework of 5 EU-funded projects, namely MedTown, More Than a Job, MedUp, Yes, and RuoMed. Our hope is that our work can be useful for policymakers, public servants, social and solidarity economy practitioners, or any interested reader to learn from real-life pilot experiences of these good practices and inspire them to consider replicating such initiatives in other contexts and territories. Each roadmap was built upon the results of the replicability assessment that we carried out during the MedRiSSE project. We drew information from a thorough desk review of project documents and materials, as well as from insights collected during the interviews we carried out with key informants of these good practices. Finally, all roadmaps were validated by key informants. All 5 roadmaps are structured identically and include the following key sections: presentation of the good practice, explaining its origin and context, its triggering factors and main objectives, the distinctive features, innovativeness and value added, theory of change, presenting a schematic overview of how inputs, actions, outputs, outcomes, and impacts of the good practice are related, in order to facilitate the planning and implementation of similar practices in other contexts. The key phases of the process, starting from triggering factors, planning, implementation, and sustainability phases, identifying for each key actors, resources, and activities. Key contextual determinants, meaning key ingredients that should be in place in a given context for the replicability of the good practice. For example, social and cultural context, the political, institutional, and legal frameworks, key actors, and organizations. Main risks, meaning the drawbacks which may arise when replicating the good practices, and respective good mitigation strategies that could be implemented in order to cope with or prevent such risks. Finally, each roadmap closes with contact information for readers who might be interested in learning more about these good practices. To systematize our work, we also elaborated a replication toolkit, which is a consolidated document including all the 5 roadmaps together, anticipated by a methodological section, which explains our evaluation framework and the overall methodology we followed to carry out our analysis. If you're interested in knowing more about these good practices, or even to replicate them in another context, we invite you to read our replicability roadmaps. The 5 roadmaps, as well as the toolkit, are freely accessible on the MedRiSSE Community of Practice wiki page that you can find by clicking on this link. You may also find 5 other learning videos, one for each good practice, for a quick overview of our work. Have a look.